that in here. G'day guys, welcome back to your English Aussie. We are live with our Game Week 26 deadline stream. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to listen to this already. Right now, I'm sitting at 99k in the world and hoping for a nice green arrow this week. Just trying to make sure everything's up and running smoothly for you guys. It's Attitude, nice to see you in the chat, mate. I'll get you up and running with the team review shortly. Just want to make sure everything's running smoothly. K7, who to start between Henderson or Pickford? Ooh, that's an interesting question. Haven't had something like that before. I'd probably start Pickford, to be honest, mate. I think Man United defensively have been really poor. Obviously didn't score any goals against Spurs last week. Probably one of the worst offences at the moment in the Premier League, especially with Bruno playing in that pivot. It's really lacking a bit of a creative spark. Morning Chris, morning It's Attitude. Good to see you guys. Welcome to the chat. First team review of the week. Let's put you up. It's Attitude. What's your team ID? Sorry, mate. Let me just. 7608584. Yeah, I mean, it is early hours, mate. I woke up at 3 AM to do this stream for you guys, so thanks for joining. Appreciate it. I am very tired. Chris, not sure if you saw Iraola at the press conference. Any worries about Evanilson potentially being back soon? And how this affects Dango. Evanilson was out with a fractured metatarsal, but let me come back to that one because I actually haven't seen that press conference yet because I woke up maybe just half an hour ago and I think that was about an hour and a half. So I missed a few of those late press conferences. I think after Guardiola I didn't see a couple of them. So let me come back to that one, Chris. I definitely will have a check. Kweku, all right, let's have a look. You said that you were looking to take out Gakpo and Rodgers. I think that's totally fair. Coming up towards game week 29, you want to be looking to sort of move off those Liverpool, Aston Villa, Newcastle assets, Palace assets, etc. I think in your team at the moment you've got Trent, Munoz, Salah, Rodgers, Isak, Gakpo, so 6. So you want to sort of move off 3 in the next few weeks. So yeah, Gakpo, Rodgers, completely support moving off them. In terms of who you want to move to, have you said anything? Instead of a cut, I want to take a gamble and pick Will Welbeck. Instead of Cunha, I want to gamble and pick Welbeck as a differential. Don't mind that personally. I think Welbeck this week, especially against Southampton, is really nice. If you're looking for differentials, I'd also consider maybe Kevin Schade of Brentford, or even Marmoush of Man City could be really nice. I think him now playing he plays left wing but also as a second striker role with Haaland and Man City. I actually think it's really interesting because what's basically happened is, because often a lot of teams have either like doubled up on Haaland, played 5 at the back, one man marked Haaland, another sort of covers him. Having Marmoush sort of peel into that space has meant that teams have not been able to have like 2 men on Haaland or soak up that, like make that middle really narrow. And Marmoush has meant that actually Haaland's had a little bit more space up front for City. Or when the 2 players have gone to Haaland, it meant that Marmoush has been able to get in behind. As we saw from the goal against Newcastle, where it was sort of a long ball over the top from Edison, the 2 centre-backs were involved with Haaland, and then it was sort of left to Trippier to deal with Marmoush, who just got right in behind him. So I think he could be a really interesting option. And Man City have a really nice fixture run after Liverpool. They got Tottenham, Forest, Brighton, Leicester, Man United, Palace, Everton, Villa, Wolves, Southampton, Bournemouth, Fulham, all the way to the end of the season. Really like fantastic fixtures. So honestly, would say Mamouche is a real nice option as well. Teach Me Tips and Kieran. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Kieran, start 1, Foden or Palmer, top 15k, no free transfers. Nice man, congrats. Top 15k is awesome. This week it would be Palmer for me. I think like Foden, I saw last week. The problem is with Pep, it sort of depends on what he starts. When Savio plays on that right wing, he sort of narrows the spaces in the 10 for Foden. Like he's not able to pick up those half spaces as easily, and you saw Foden drift a little bit further towards the left-hand side, or like the left-hand side of that middle when Savio was on the right. I thought one of the things that they really solved Man City from an offensive standpoint is when Savio switched to that left-hand side, he was able to go down the line. It meant that Foden and De Bruyne interlinking in the midfield and right area meant that Foden could pick up those half spaces and inside the 18-yard box where he's been so dangerous. So I think if Savio doesn't start on the right, it makes Foden a little bit nicer. But against Liverpool, I'd probably much rather Palmer against Aston Villa. I think there's still potential for a haul there. And Aston Villa, as we've seen a lot this season, especially in sort of after they play like Champions League midweek, turn up very poorly the game after that. So if you think of like the Liverpool game, midweek being their sort of Champions League fixture, this is almost the one where they tend to put in a bit of an abject performance straight after, lacking a bit of energy. So yeah, I'd start Palmer. Teach Me Tips: Pickford, Trent, Gabriel, Timber, Salah, Dango, Palmer, Semenyo, Rodgers, Isak and Wood, 1 free transfer. Chris, 1 free transfer, no free hit, 29 tips. Gabriel, Salah, Rodgers, Isak. So it would probably be look to move Rodgers out of my team. Teach Me Tips. I don't know who else you've got on the bench as well. It's a bit hard because you're not giving me your benches. But yeah, I'd probably move Rodgers for someone. I don't particularly like Semenyo just because I think his finishing is way worse than both Dango and Cliver. I'd look to move Rodgers. It'd be good to know the rest of your team and your price. I can do a team review for you if you give the numbers. And sorry, Kwaku, man, I'm definitely going to get back to your team. Chris or Nkunku in your vid this week. Yeah, I think Nkunku could be a real steal for Chelsea. He's going to be playing up front for the next 6 or so weeks. All the Chelsea strikers are out. Guehi's out. Jackson's out for 6 to 8 weeks with that hamstring injury. So yeah, I think Nkunku could be amazing next week. Southampton, Leicester coming up. I'm likely to bring him in for Rodgers next week. So yeah, that could be one of your moves. Teach Me Tips as well. And Dyke, Stanley and Johnson bench 2.9 in the slot. Saku, good to see you, bro. I'll pull you up next after Kweku. All right, let's finish off it's attitude. Let's finish off what you're thinking, mate. I think. Oh yeah, you said tempted to bring Schade from Brentford for Rodgers and Welbeck for Gakpo. I don't mind Kevin Schade. Don't mind him at all. I think he could be a really interesting pick. But for your team, who do you have? Sorry, just remind me. You've got no Wissa, no Mbumo, so it would only be single in there. You do also have a Drizagana Gay. That's funny. That's one of the only people I've ever seen with them. Quite interesting. Yeah, look, I think your differentials for sort of the striker role, like Welbeck's nice. I think Marmoush could be really nice for you. That's definitely someone I'd look at. Like, I think if you're looking for a differential, Marmoush could be a big hitter. So that would probably be my recommendation up top. And then in midfield, yeah, maybe Rodgers for Nkunku. Like, Nkunku could be nice. Otherwise, Kevin Schade is also like quite a nice differential, especially given you don't have any other Brentford. Who else do I have in that midfield at that sort of price point? Anthony Elanga, Nottingham Forest. I know they've got a couple of difficult games coming up, but sort of from 29 onwards, potentially if you hold on to Rodgers for like 3 games and then move him in 29, Elanga could be amazing. Like Forest are at the moment playing 3-5-2 the last couple of games, so Elanga's played up top with Chris Wood. They've been playing really close to each other. Probably what I didn't talk about in my tactics video this week was I might have discussed this. It was how those two are really interlinking really nicely at the moment in that 3-5-2. And if Forest continue to do that, which I'm not sure they will, I think they might go back to their sort of 4-5-1, like 4-3-3, 4-5-1 sort of formation that they have been so successful at, because defensively they're not quite. The spacing's not quite there for them in the 3-5-2, but definitely Elanga is somebody that's super interesting for me for Forest as well in that midfield. So those are my sort of thoughts. Kweku, mate, let me know if you think anything else or if you got any other ideas on your team. Otherwise I'll keep moving on. Nkunku for Rodgers or Beto/Cunha for Ndai, then I suppose teach me tips. Yeah, I like Nkunku for Rodgers, and I definitely prefer Cunha than Beto for Ndai, 100%. I think Cunha's a great pick. I mean, I was saying Cunha quite a while back. I was hoping he was going to stay quiet and not do anything, and I thought everyone would forget about him. Tempted to bring Sharda for Rodgers. He's blanked too much. It's attitude, yeah, Sharda or Good Evening James Moriarty. That's such a great name. I think I've said that before. Pretty sure you've been in this chat before. Either that or you have a brother called Chris Moriarty that's been in my chat. What are your plans for game week 29, assuming you're not free hitting? Any plans to get Haaland in? If so, who makes way? Not free hitting, no. I think I'm comfortably getting 11 players that are playing for 29, hopefully. I shouldn't have said that. Touch wood. No, not really. I'm not planning to get Haaland in. I'm thinking maybe Mamouche. I think there's a couple more weeks that I want to see Man City evolve a little bit. And like I've got thoughts on Foden, I've got thoughts on Mamouche, I've got thoughts on Guardiola, like I've got thoughts on Haaland as well. But I think to go to Haaland, I have to make too many moves in my team, which I'm not really comfortable making at the moment. I think if I do go to Haaland, I'm likely to wildcard in game week 30 or 31. And that would be a time that I'd probably go for him. Just because in game week 29, we'll know who blanks. And Siku, I'm just getting your team up now, mate. It should be up on screen. I'll go through yours, mate. We should know the FA Cup quarter-final results in game week 29, which means we'll know the teams that are doubling after that. The only problem is we're probably not going to know what weeks they're going to double in until maybe after game week 30 deadline, maybe after game week 31 deadline. But I'd expect those doubles to go into potentially 31. Essentially, it could be 31, 32, 33, or 36. Which is what I've been saying for a while. I know none of the other content creators talk about 31 and 32 because of European fixtures, but they should be, as we saw from the Newcastle one. Like that is, I chuckled to myself when that came out because that was exactly what I've been saying since the beginning of the season, and it really annoyed me now that the AM chip got used 24-25 because I said it was likely that we'd have another one of these sort of doubles in a row between 31 and 33, and then it happened. And yeah, anyway, I'm annoyed. Ruined all my great planning that I've done. So yeah, I'll probably just make transfers through game week 29, get 11 players, wildcard in 30-31, look to triple captain 32, maybe Isaac, bench boost in 33 if I can do 15 playing players for that. Maybe wildcard 31, yeah, maybe wildcard 31. Bench boost 33, free hit 34, and I'm running nice to end the season. Alright, so you want to bring in Marmoush now for Ndiaye, but need to get funds, so I think you get rid of VVD, which means you have 4.9 million for cheap defender, and then who to bench after that. Alright, nice. Hey man, you're in a nice position. You had a really nice game week. Triple captain Salah. Jack, I'm thinking of captaining Witter over Salah on 1.3 million. Don't have a problem with that, mate. I think could be a great game week for him against Leicester. It's just always a bit annoying captaining a striker just because they're only 4 points for a goal. So they really have to score so many points to beat the midfielders. If there's a midfielder that you have that you're more confident over, I sort of prefer that. Even like Dango Atara at Bournemouth against Southampton. Interesting note, consider potential 31 double. You're right, FPL showed that they give a shit about European midweek. Yeah, it's the case. It's just there's so many matches at the moment, Chris, that like there is a slot in that midweek to play stuff. Like as you've seen, they've put stuff into game week 32, so like it could happen. I'm not saying it's likely, but like it definitely could happen. Or we could have more games than 32. Epic Games. Do you think this paid dies Mateta? I'm gonna have to read that in a minute. Epic Games. Just let me get back to that. I'm just going to look at Suku's team at the moment. You're going to bring in Mamushka and Ndiaye. You need to get the funds. Get rid of VVD for 4.9. Yeah, right. You got 0.1 mil in the bank at the moment, so you have to move. Yeah, okay. You'd have to move like VVD. That's not too bad. Your defense is like all right. And then what have you got in terms of 20 game week 29 players? You've got Salah, Diaz, Isak. No, Salah, Diaz, Isak, that's it. So you just want everyone else to be able to play. So yeah, 4.9 mil. How confident am I that Haaland starts for Liverpool? Jack. Yeah, pretty confident. Pretty confident. I'm pretty confident Haaland starts, yeah. It's Liverpool's. I think if he's fit, he's going to play. Like, they obviously said like he might need surgery, right? But that only makes Marmoush a better option for City, because if Haaland's out, Marmoush is going to start up front, and if Marmoush is going to start up front every game for Man City, he's straight on my side. So yeah, definitely can. I mean, I think if Haaland's okay and doesn't need surgery, he starts against Liverpool, and then you'll know he's okay and won't need surgery. Otherwise, not going to start. Marmoush will start. I wouldn't be trying to bring him in. Let's put it that way. Sorry, Suki. I'm looking at 4.5 mil defender, 4.9 mil defender for you. Oh. Ryan 8 Nuri. Wow, that would be. Dean Hodgson. Hodgson at Bournemouth. 8 Nuri at Wolves. Milenkovic at Nottingham Forest. Don't really love that as a pick, say Milenkovic. Don't like Castagna at Fulham. Don't like Malo Gusto at Chelsea. Yeah, I'd probably say for me it would be 8 Nuri. Like specifically for your team as well, it'd be 8 Nuri or Dean Hodgson of Bournemouth, Suku. So yeah, maybe VVD for an 8 Nuri or Hodgson. Depends what you want. Depends what you believe. Like Wolves' fixtures are obviously really nice to 34. Bournemouth's fixtures are pretty nice to 34 as well. Neither are fantastic defensive sides. Hodgson, you're looking at set pieces, which Bournemouth are obviously one of the best teams in the Premier League of set pieces. 8 Nuri obviously you're looking at some assists, attacking returns down that left side. Yeah, 8 million Marmoush. I think really nice, mate. I think Marmoush is a really nice pick this week. And like Jack was saying, like if Haaland's injured and needs surgery on that thigh, then yeah, could be even better pick, and everyone could be flying in for him next week, especially against Tottenham. What Premier League team do I support? Should I give that one away? Yeah, everyone knows I'm a Liverpool fan. Alright, Epic Games. Do you think Dye to Mateta / Beto, Slot to Glasner, Aina to TAA / Munoz cost -8? No. -8 just at any point is just no, especially when it means you're moving. Oh, you're free hitting on 29, wildcard on 30. Any thoughts about Gakpo? I think Gakpo is probably unlikely to start. I think he's probably unlikely to start. It would probably be Jota and Diaz, I'd guess. With Salah, obviously. Yeah, I wouldn't do that for a -8 Epic Games. Like, no chance. Like, -8 is such a big hit to be taking. And like, why are you doing it? It'd be good to see the rest of your team. Good day, Matt. Nice to see you, mate. Welcome back to one of the deadline streams. I'm glad you managed to make it. You can now give me all that chat about how Everton got the draw against Liverpool in the derby the other week. Nice to see you back, mate. Yeah, I wouldn't take the -8, mate. I wouldn't take the -8. I don't feel good about a -8 at all. Generally, I'm not even a big fan of -4s, so -8 for me is not something that I'm keen on whatsoever. You guys might like my new setup for the stream today for the team reviews. Anyone else want team reviews, by the way? I don't think I've got any waiting. Normally I've got like 5, 6, 7, and I'm too slow at getting around to them. So if you do, there was something somebody asked earlier. Something I was Bournemouth about Evan Nielsen. Yeah. Let me look at that. Because he had a fractured metatarsal, so I'm sort of surprised. Had surgery and a broken metatarsal. Wow. I think he's doing well. I think because it's different injuries, not muscle injury, it's just bone to heal. You have surgery, you have to wait. Now he's doing a lot of things, but the first few weeks was you can't do anything with the foot. I think it's been boring, but I don't think he's doing very well. He's not far from returning. Wow. That's actually mental. I dread the visit to Anfield in a few more game weeks. Yeah, man. Well, you guys are in great form at the moment. Everton are really going well. Mohamed Atif, -4 to bring in Gabriel in place of Chalobah. -4. What's the rest of your team, mate? Do you need to do that this week? Is it like super necessary? I mean, I'd say no. I mean, realistically, no. Like, Chalobah's probably going to start for Chelsea again this week against Villa. Gabriel will probably start against West Ham. I can see West Ham scoring against Arsenal. I can see Villa scoring against Chelsea. So, not for a -4, man. Transfers are very valuable at this stage in time. And try and save as many as you can. So, a -4 for a defender swap for 2 playing defenders doesn't feel that valuable for me. Jack, do I keep Emery or sell to a bonus manager? Sorry, man, I missed that comment. Yeah, I mean, for free, I would probably swap him to I'm also having the same dilemma. So if it helps, this is my team at the moment. I'm gonna end that poll. pretty close call in terms of differential captain. Yes, 45, no 54. Yeah, if it helps, this is my team for now, and then I'll put you guys up for a minute. Talking Ben, Fan, NR1, Lucas, David, Jacob Murphy over Mateta. No, probably Mateta for me. Forest are not that easy a game, even for Newcastle. Especially like Jacob Murphy. Mateta's been in amazing form lately. I'd stick by him. Talking Ben, Fan, NR1. I made 2 transfers and got -4 hit, and I'm 10 points ahead of my friend in the league, and 20 to 15 points behind my other friend in the league. Should I take another -4 hit? Change manager from slot? Nah. So this is same sort of question as Jack wanting to sell Emery to a bonus manager. I think if you have a free transfer, I don't really feel confident in any of the managers this week. I would say that if you have a free transfer, you can take a gamble on the table bonus just because the payout's so big. Like you get those 10 points, or even for a draw, you get +5 points. So it's probably worth the gamble for the upside. If you're taking a -4 for it, that's basically like almost halving your potential gain from a win. And also, like, if you get a draw, it's basically like nothing extra that you get. So you might as well just keep slot. Like, I can see Liverpool drawing or winning against Man City. If you have to take a -4, I wouldn't move from slot. If you have a free transfer, I'd probably move to Glasner. And that's probably what I'm going to do. This is my team, obviously, on the screen at the moment. I think I've got 1 free transfer. I'm probably going to go to Glasner. I think also the fact that you're ahead, talking Ben, like, there's no point. Like they're most likely going to gamble on some of those people. I just don't feel that it's worth that gamble. Your transfers are really valuable. -4 is a lot to take for. Yeah, you gotta get the pick right. I think this week's not easy. I personally don't even think Arsenal v West Ham is a nice fixture. I wouldn't be transferring in. I wouldn't be transferring Arteta in. With the difficulties Arsenal have scoring, with Potter making West Ham look like they're a slightly better team, depending on what formation they play. Because I think I was saying in my tactics video that West Ham have been playing like 3-4-2-1 under Potter recently, and they just moved to like 4-2-3-1, and that was like the formation that they were playing under. I've drawn a blank to their last manager. Anyway, that was the formation they were playing before, and that was what was exposing their slowness in transition in the midfield. When they were playing that 3-4-2-1, they had the extra centre back. They had a bit more pace with Kilman at the back as well, and Cresswell. And they had the 2 midfielders as well. So they were looking. I expect them to go back to 3-4-2-1 against Arsenal. Otherwise, they might get blown away. But yeah, not for me. I would say. I'm -4. That is. Sorry. Elliot Wong. Start Gordon or Rodgers and Worth to get Glasner for a hit. I would start. Like, just looking at those fixtures from a tactical standpoint, I would say it's really not a nice fixture for Gordon. He obviously likes to play a little bit more on the counter and when he's got space to run into. Nottingham Forest are going to set up in a low block against Newcastle. Gordon's not going to have that space to work in. I think he's going to find that quite difficult. But Rodgers has been an absolute troll in the Premier League. Like, he's been great in the Cups, but Premier League has been an absolute troll. But I really do feel like Chelsea as a game would be quite a nice game for him. I think like he's not been as involved in those Premier League games recently. Villa haven't obviously turned up after midweek UCL games, and like Liverpool saw the same sort of thing here. So I think that's a really tough one. I think if you have a strong feeling out of one of them, I'd go for them. I'd almost say start Rodgers. at all, just because I just don't think it's a good matchup for Gordon. But Rodgers has been like so poor for FPL managers that it's a tough one to say. Slot to Glasner for 3 yes, for a hit no. Suku, Aussie, who'd you bench with Mamouche and Ain't Nuri transferred in? Sorry man, let me pull your team up again, bro. Lionel Luckhu, I'm going for differential captain. Should I go for Wishron or Mbumo? I prefer Mbumo. On pens, midfielder, extra point for the goal, extra point for a clean sheet. Yeah, prefer Mbumo. Suku benchings, yeah, sorry mate. Ain't Nuri and Mamouche in. So Gabriel, Kirkes, Mikolenko. Gabriel, Kirkes, Mikolenko. I'd play. Verbruggen obviously in goal. Then Mbumo, Palmer, Salah, Diaz. Mbumo, Palmer, Salah, Diaz. Isaac, Cunha, and who do we just bring in? Mamouche. I'd bench Semenyo. I don't like that, but look, I think you have Semenyo because you think he's a nice player and a good pick for Bournemouth. I personally don't like Semenyo just because I think his finishing is really poor. That's also why I've got Dango on my side, to be honest. But like, if you feel a different type of way about Semenyo, then your option could be, very reluctantly, to bench Luis Diaz for Semenyo. Gamer, welcome back to the chat, mate. How are you, bro? Hope you've had a good week so far. Always good to see you back here. Guys, please, if you are new to this channel, please remember to give us a subscribe, like the video if you haven't already. It really help this channel grow. It's only a small thing for you guys, but like, it really helps this channel grow, and it really helped me as well. I have just managed to like monetize the channel recently. We've got to that first month, the YouTube monetization threshold. So we do have now super chats available in the live streams. And like that you're able to give thanks in videos if you're enjoying the content. But yeah, just a like or a subscribe means so much to the channel, so I really appreciate that, guys. If you could do that, that would really help. So thank you very much for that if you are in the chat. No problem, Suki, mate. Always good to see you on the channel. Always good to help you out. And you're doing pretty well, man. You had a really nice game week last week. We're improving, we're on the up. I want to try and get as many of my fans into the top 100k as possible. Next season, that's what we're on for. We're gonna have a 100k league, and we're gonna try and get everybody into the top 100k by the end of the season. I think this year's been a bit weird. Has been a bit weird. I felt like there's been quite a lot of sort of luck swings, I would say, this year, where like there's been huge swings that have been like, if you have the guy or don't have the guy, it's been really difficult. Okay, hi mate, feel completely lost on what to do this week. Do you want to chuck your team ID in the chat? We'll put your team up on screen. Okay, we can talk through what you can do. Don't feel lost, man. That's what I'm here for. Suki, take a from 4.7 to 3.6 mil. Thanks, man. That's great. That's great news. And then we're gonna crack the top 3 mil soon, mate. Next couple of weeks, we're gonna crack it. And the good thing is, you've still got all the really good chips to go, Suku. So even though maybe you feel like you're a little bit behind, like, I definitely think we can get into that sort of top 1 mil. Definitely think we can get into that top 1 mil. And if I have a look on my screen, I can kind of see how far off you are. I know it's probably not showing on your screen, but 130 points into the top 1 mil. Look, it's a long way to go, but we can make it happen. But honestly, between like top 1 mil and top 100k is like not that many points. It's probably like 100 points, which is like not a lot of points, especially if you've got like AM or stuff. 3, 4, 3, 2, 1k. Is that really your team ID? You're super early. Harry Boy, is that you, Kay? You can't be feeling lost, mate. You're 23k in the world, nothing to feel lost about. You're flying. Is that you, Kay? Tuning back in next week. Cheers, Suku, bro. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you. Please smash that like button. I know you're already a subscriber. It's attitude. Should I get Welbeck or Mateta? I would say Welbeck, mate, over Mateta, because Mateta's going to blank in game week 29, and unless you're free hitting, which I don't think you are, I don't think you should. Yeah, I'd probably go Mateta. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, mate, you're done, mate. Why are you coming to me for advice? You just take your own advice. You're alright. Don't worry about it. No, I'm only joking. Let's have a look at your team. So, Rodgers, Salah, Isak, Gakpo. Look, honest opinion, I'd genuinely be looking at moving Gakpo to Mamouche. Like, obviously towards 29, you've got Gakpo, Watkins, Salah, Rodgers, Isak. That's 5, right? And Hall. Well, that's 6 players, and we're in game week 26. So 26, 27, 28, 29. You got 4 transfers. You got to move 3 of those guys out if you don't want a free hit in 29, and bench 3. So you're probably going to bench Salah and Isak, and then one of Hall, Gakpo, Rodgers. Hall, Gakpo, Rodgers. Was I missing someone else? Hall, Gakpo, Rodgers and Watkins. Maybe you'll have Watkins on the bench as well. So I think like you've got a choice of whether you want to move Slot to like a Glasner or a McKenna or a Reed Van Nistelrooy and take a gamble on the AM bonus. Or you keep Slot, you go Mamouche, and you try and hit that Man City train early, which you could do. You move Gakpo for him. Taking mods, mate, Derek. Sure, mate. To be honest, like I haven't really thought about it, but it probably would be helpful. How's it? Welbeck captain shout. Wow, that's bold, man. I don't know if I'd go Welbeck captain shout, mate. Like I said to someone else earlier, like I'm not a big fan of the forwards at the moment as captains. You get 1 point less for the goal. You don't get the clean sheet point. So like, as a captain, like there's a lot of different ways you can get points. So I don't know. I just don't feel it. Don't feel you're gonna get Southampton. My dilemma at the moment is: do I switch AM or already plan towards game week 29? Yeah, like I said, you've got 4 transfers to game week 29. You need to take out 3 of those players. So you do have a transfer that you can make on the AM, but then all of your other transfers up towards game week 29 have got to be focused on your players. So I think for me, just given that anything could come up towards 29 that could like derail you having 11 playing players, you've got to think, how confident are you in that AM pick? Like for me, I think that I don't feel like any of the AM picks are probably going to get the win. Like, yeah, you might get the draw and get like 8-10 points. Slot could easily get a win and get 8 points. I don't feel hugely confident, I gotta be honest. My brother's a Palace season ticket holder actually. I messaged him today being like, do you think that Palace will go well against Fulham. He's like, yeah, we've been in really great away form, and reckons they suit Fulham super well. He's like, yeah, we like to play on the counter. I think we'll suit playing against them. So I am going to go slot to Glasner for free this week, and I'm going to use my transfers outside of that. I just think like 20 points is such a big swing. There's not a lot of opportunities this season to get those big swings, and they've been so sort of. I felt like my sort of game style is a lot more risk averse generally, but this season, like, I've just kept accumulating, and then I'm finding myself in the top 100k. But I just feel like there are people that are above me that have probably not played as great a season, but have hit some like really big wins for points. And this is sort of the 1 week where I feel like I'm not that confident in like any teams, even like Liverpool and slot, even Arsenal against West Ham. Like, I don't feel like any of them are amazing fixtures, so why not try and gamble on the big swing output? So I'm going to go Glasner. But I do also have quite a few less transfers to make it through to 29 comfortably. And like, if you pick up one injury anywhere else in your team, you're not going to have 11 playing players. So if you think of your, like, you almost need to think of your transfer K as a -4, because it could cost you a -4 down the line to 29. So I would do, in your situation, I'd probably make a transfer of like Gakpo to Marmoush. I think that's still an attacking transfer. I think he can be really nice going forwards, and that also moves one of your guys out to 29. Alright, I missed a ton of comments, so let me go through while I was talking about that. Gamer, I'll put your team up, mate. 100519161. Chris, I'll do your team after. Gamer, it's actually, you want to sell Gakpo, Welbeck, Marmoush or Mateta? My favourite is Marmoush. It's attitude. My favourite is Marmoush at the moment, especially if Haaland's injured. Definitely. City versus Liverpool score prediction and goal scorers. Matt, you're always giving me the tough questions, mate. 2-0 Liverpool. I'm going to say it. That was what we beat them first leg. I think it could be the same. It could be the same. 2-0 Liverpool. Goal scorers. Diaz. And Salah. Diaz and Salah. Or maybe VBD, header. Yeah, Derek, if you ping me on, I don't know, somewhere about mods, yeah, I haven't really looked into it too much lately, but I'm sure it would help. So yeah, would be cool, man. Do very much appreciate the help on the channel. Need all the help I can get at the moment. Working 9 to 5 and trying to put out videos, 2 videos a week, a few shorts, and do a live stream. It's tough. 3 AM as well. It's hard to concentrate on the live streams in Oz. Gamer. Kate, appreciate the advice. Thanks, Kate, mate. Appreciate you tuning in. 20k in the world. You don't need to listen to me. You're gunning it. So keep going, mate. You're doing a great job. Keep it up. Please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Stay in touch for the rest of my videos. Really appreciate it if you guys can do that. Still a growing channel, but we have passed 1.1k now, hoping to get to 1.5k by end of the season. It's my first season doing sort of FPL content creation, so it's been really popular, this channel, so far. I know the last few weeks I've struggled to get videos out, but just a lot going on in life, a lot going on. It's been really hard with the times, but I've still been getting a couple of videos and a live stream out every week for you guys, so hopefully you're enjoying them and it's still good quality. That's the most important thing, that I'm helping you guys. So, Chess Econ, thanks Derek. Bench 1 of Trossard, Mateta, Palmer, Isak, Wissa and Dango. Bench 1, Trossard. Easy. Gamer. I'm looking to transfer in someone who has good fixtures from game week 26 to 30 and that doesn't blank in game week 30 because I'm trying to prepare for game week 29. Then 31 I'll probably use my wild card. I'm assuming you said meant double blank, then doesn't blank in 29. I want to use one of the transfers to get better defenders because the weakness in my team is defence. I have Aina Robinson, Byrne, Hall and Young, and these defenders have been playing against each other. Chess Econ, thoughts on Matoma Captain? Just subbed. Appreciate the sub, mate. Matoma Captain is wild. It's so wild that I don't really have, like, I couldn't tell you if that's good. Like, it's crazy. Not for me. Like, I think it's just, like, a little bit too crazy for me. Even I think Brighton, other than the 3-0 win against Chelsea and like the FA Cup game, like haven't been looking good offensively. Like maybe Hurst's found something a little bit, but to be honest, tactically, like Brighton have been so difficult to sort of bed down because Hurst's been changing something every week, that I find it really difficult to give, like from a tactical standpoint, advice on Mitoma. Like he's been changing things around so much that I don't feel comfortable as a Matoma captaincy. I don't feel comfortable with a Matoma captaincy. That's what I would say. Would I say a hit for a manager transfer is good? No, not this week. I wouldn't take a hit. I wouldn't take a hit this week. I would just go with whoever you've got. Because I'm like I said, I don't think there's an easy pick this week. Most weeks I would say I'm really confident in like one or two teams. I don't think there's an easy pick this week. I'm not even confident in Arsenal versus West Ham. I think they're struggling scoring goals from open play. Lucky last week, I would say. It's Leicester, who you should score tons of goals against. And West Ham are really like much better from an offensive standpoint under Potter. It depends what formation they play. If they go back to their 3-4-2-1 that they've been playing in the past, then I think they'll be alright. But if they play the 4-2-3-1 they played last week, no, they're going to get murdered by Arsenal. Matt 2-2 because I can imagine Mamouche and Haaland scoring 2. Mate, I can too, but I don't know if Haaland's going to play. Guardiola was saying he might have a thigh injury that might require surgery, so I think if Haaland plays, City probably score. I think if Haaland doesn't play, Liverpool keep clean sheet. Sorry, gamer. Yeah, sorry. So you want to use one of your transfers to get better defenders. So that means for me, it would be you'd be looking to get Lewis Hall out because he's someone that blanks in game week 29. So I think that's good. You either want to move Hall or Byrne out of your team. Byrne is, what is he, 4.4? Yeah, 4.4. And Hall's now, what, 5.0? Yeah, 5.0. So if you want to move one of those guys out, it's someone with good 26 to 30 because you're in a wild card in 31? Yeah, alright. Cool, that makes sense. So it's 26 to 30. Do you know what's crazy? And probably no one's talking about this, but 26 to 30, who has really good fixtures from a defensive standpoint is Man United. They got Everton, Ipswich, Arsenal, Leicester, Nottingham Forest. Like that's pretty good from a defensive standpoint. Other options, because I'm sure that you're not that keen on Man United. Arsenal, if you have the money to get maybe Timber in for Hall. West Ham, Forest, United, Chelsea, Fulham. I think that could be nice if you could go Hall to Timber. You've got 0.6 mil in the bank, so I think that might work. And then finally is Ait Nouri at Wolves, because they have Bournemouth, Fulham, Everton, Southampton, West Ham, and even 31 Ipswich if you don't use it in 31. But yeah, I'd probably say Ait Nouri, go rogue on a Man United defender, or Timber for Hall. Those are probably the three best picks for that short period of time for you, gamer. That's what I'd be looking at. Ait Nouri you could probably bring in for Dan Burn, which makes it a bit easier because then Hall you've got an option to go. You can move him a little bit easier. Yeah. Could I do Ait Nouri for Burn? Yeah, you could do Ait Nouri for Burn. I think that makes sense because that allows you to be able to do Hall to like maybe, I don't know, someone else that's a little bit easier later down the line. How much is 8 Nuri? 4.7? Yeah, it's only 0.3. I mean, you still got 0.3 in the bank then. That works out quite nicely for you, I think. And then you could always do it. Who would you, if you're going to move Hall the week after, you could do a sneaky little punt on Cucurella, Chelsea. Because next week Chelsea have Southampton, then Leicester. I don't hate that as a cheeky little punt for a couple of weeks before your wild card. You have 2 free transfers, right? So are you looking at using the other one or not? Because then you have, who else do you have that's blanking? Isak, Hall, Salah. Will Henderson, that's alright. Isak, Hall, Salah. Oh, that's alright. Yeah, you're in a pretty good slot. You're in a pretty good slot. Ryle, Alisson for the next 3 game weeks. Next 3 game weeks, I'd probably have Ryle over Alisson. West Ham, Forest, Man United, better than Man City, Newcastle, Southampton. Then Newcastle will score. They caused Liverpool quite a few problems in the reverse fixture. Quite a few problems. They pressed them so much energy in. I think Liverpool are starting to look. So actually, yeah, Matt. Now we talk about it. I think maybe City can score a goal against Liverpool, and maybe it's a little bit of my Liverpool hat that's on there. I think Liverpool have definitely started to look tired of late. Like they have started to look a little bit leggy, a little bit tired. I prefer Burn to Nuri, mate, over the next few weeks. Man United, Brentford, Wolves, West Ham is not bad. Everton, not bad. But you also got Ashley Young. I don't know whether you want to double up on Everton. I think I'd just go for Nuri, have a bit of diversity in your defence gamer. This is. So yeah, I think Burn for Nuri is good. You got 1 free transfer. Yeah, I think that's fine. And then who should you play this week? I'd still play Alisson in goal. I'd play Ashley Young. I'd play Hall and Robinson for attacking returns. Surely Newcastle score. I'd probably bench Aina and Burn. Then you've got 4 in midfield: Mbeumo, Palmer, Salah, Dango. Bench Rodgers, Wood, Isak, Cunha up front. Bench Rodgers, bench Aina, bench Burn would be my cool game up. Derek, free hit 29 or later. You're getting Julian Timber for Hall. Yeah, alright, that's fine. And then just play Timber over Hall. That's just, yeah, I said play Hall, so just start Timber instead. So Timber, Robinson and Young. That's fine, gamer. I think that's a good transfer as well. I think Arsenal's strong, very strong. Sorry, what was I saying? Matt. I love having an Everton fan. They can always tell me what I need to know. Yeah. Agreed. Thank you, Matt, for calling me out on my BS. Yeah, gamer. Listen to Matt. Start Aina, Robinson. Don't bench Young, bench Burn. Start Aina, Robinson, and Timber, who you brought in. Niels, welcome to. Thank you, Matt. Thanks. You need to call me out on my bullshit. Good having fans that know their team better than me. Niels, morning, mate. What's my thoughts on AM selection this week? You're thinking of going Crystal Palace from Emery? Yeah, I'm planning to go Glasner from slot as well. I wouldn't do it for a -4, but for a free transfer. I think personally, like, there's no good pick, there's no easy picks this week, and if you have to take a hit, I wouldn't take it. Just keep whatever manager you have, because there's no straightforward picks, I'd say, this week. The Everton Scout. You are my Everton Scout, actually. I always come to you when I'm asking questions about Everton. You're going to answer the Everton questions in the chat, like my brother answers the Palace questions in the chat. Unfortunately, he's always been wrong about the Palace questions, so we'll see if Ashley Young comes back into the starting lineup this week. You're going to be plastered all over my social media next week. Matt Allen, he said this. Can't trust him. No, I appreciate you, mate. Thank you. I think I was answering someone's question. Derek, free hit 29 or later? Later for me. I think 29 you can get through. I honestly think like you might even be able to get through 34. I have a feeling that 34 is not going to be that bad. I do have a feeling that it might be possible to just work through it. But I'm going to plan to free hit 34. If it works out that I'm like, there's like one guy that, or like one or two teams that I'm like one player away, I'll probably just not free hit then and just free hit in a double, maybe like doubles, game week 36. We'll see. My plan at the moment is to free hit in 34. I think it makes a lot of sense to the team. Agree, got one free transfer, either AM move or take out Gakpo for Cunha. What do you think is more important? Niels, what's your team ID, mate? Forget the rest of your team. I'll put it up on screen. I personally, like, and I had this dilemma, I was talking about it on stream earlier. I think like there's very few opportunities in the season to get really big point swings, and I felt this season like it's been a bit frustrating in terms of, I feel like you could have played a really good season, but there's like a couple of things that have been really big swings. I think the AM is obviously one of those. I think the triple captain's obviously been one of those. And then like just sort of always it is at the start of the season, making sure you pick the correct team. So having Salah captain through the beginning of the season was obviously super important. Then like some stuff like Foden that I didn't feel like was a good pick, that got a bunch of points in the middle of the season. Yeah, there's just been a few, and I think this is one of those moments where there's no clear-cut obvious pick, but the swing is so big if you get it right that it's probably worth one of those points just taking the gamble on the manager if it's for free. If you get it wrong, you've got it wrong. You just got to write that one off as like you tried to go for the big upside and didn't get there, and then you've got to work your way through your transfers 3 to 29. Yeah, I do feel like AM is worth the punt, and that's why I'm going for it, because I think the swing's so big, and that swing could be so useful for your season. And if he doesn't get it, he doesn't get it. I mean, it's not going to feel that bad, I think. Especially when you see, like, I don't know what, Slot will get you 8, 9, 10 points, Emery might get you 8, 9, 10 points. It doesn't feel like as big a loss as if you keep them and the AM gets 21 and then you die. Should I play Alisson or Henderson this week? Because I just bought Henderson like 2 weeks ago and never used him yet. Probably going to transfer before game week 29. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably still play Alisson. Maybe you can play Henderson against Ipswich in 28. Or against Villa next week when Liverpool play Newcastle. But yeah, I'd probably just still play Alisson game. Sometimes it's just unfortunate. Like, I've brought in players before. I think I brought in Alisson for 2 game weeks. He didn't get any clean sheets and I subbed him out again because of just Slot and assistant manager and all this stuff. It's crazy. I had Ramsdale for 4 weeks. I made 3 goalkeeper transfers within 7 weeks. I've never done that in the history of FPL. I've been playing for like 12, 13 seasons. It was like so wild that time. Wilso 7, slot to Glasner or Robinson, Munoz, Williams to Gabriel. Probably be slot to Glasner for me, if for free, if for -4, no. How many blanking Game Week 29 players do you have, and what's your plan in getting them out plus bringing them back? Good question. I can show my team. This is my team at the moment, Matt. So blanking Game Week 29, I've got Hall, Rogers, Isak, Salah, Trent. So at the moment I've got 5. So basically I'm going to move 2 of them out over the next like 27, 28, 29. I'll probably move, and then in 29 I'm probably just going to bench Salah, Trent and Isak. So I'm moving Rogers probably for like an Nkunku maybe, and Hall for someone unknown, maybe Eight Nuri, maybe Kirkes. Don't really have a clue who it's going to be yet, but someone. What game weeks am I going to move? Rogers probably leaves next week. I think Rogers leaves next week because I'm going to have that temptation to bench Chris Wood again next week against Arsenal. So I might need the midfielder for when Wood scores 5 goals against Arsenal and I bench him. And then I just sort of got that third transfer that's sort of a hover for me. It's whether I attack with someone like a Mamouche up top. And Nkunku's just like Chelsea, all their strikers have been out. Like Guay's injured, Jackson's out for like 6 weeks. So Nkunku's going to start up front for Chelsea for the next sort of like 5-6 weeks. There's no one else really they can play there. Joseph Nils on captaincy, let me get to you guys. I know Chelsea have not looked fantastic, but their fixtures look so good. Like they got Villa, who like often don't turn up in the third game in a week. Then they got Southampton and Leicester, then tough one against Arsenal, then Tottenham, Brentford, Ipswich, which is like attacking wise like nice fixtures. Chris, mate, I'm really sorry if I missed your team earlier, but yes, I will put your team up right now because I vaguely remember you posted that and I missed it. So I'm very sorry if that was the case. Niels, what are my thoughts on captain? You're thinking of going rogue with Mbumo? I'd just be going Salah. I know I put differential captain in the title. I wanted to see what everyone thought because I was thinking about it. What was the result of that poll in the end? I think it was like 55% no. Yeah, if I put poll earlier, 33 votes, 54% no, 45% yes for differential captain. So it's pretty tight. Like, I think you can. Do it this week. And I think Mbumo is probably a nice pick if you do go for it. He'd probably be my pick as well this week. Or Dango. I'd consider captaining Dango. I actually was considering captaining Dango like not very long ago, maybe like a few hours ago, before I went to bed. Derek's going well, but where's the poll? I ended the poll already, gamer. But it's somewhere up there if you scroll up the live chat. So it was 33 votes. I think 54% no to the differential captain, 45% yes. Chris, mate. So, no free. You just got the 1 free transfers this week. Trent, Timber, Gabriel's on really nice defence. Mikel on the bench, excellent. That's probably the 3 I would start this week. I like Arsenal v West Ham. I know I've been saying that they might not keep a clean sheet, but like if I'm looking at those games, I don't mind Mikolenko v Man United either though, to be fair. But you already got Pickford, so I'd probably rather double Arsenal than double Everton. So Pickford, Trent, Timber, Gabriel, like really nice. Palmer, Salah, Mbumo, Clifford, Wood, Isak, Wissa up top. Bench Mikolenko, Greaves, Rogers. yeah, like really nice, mate. And then going forwards towards 29, you've got Rodgers, Isak, Salah, Trent. So that's what I'm saying. You get your 4. So you're in a really good spot here, Chris. 179k in a well as well, man. You're in a really good spot. You could afford to sort of look towards those sort of attacking moves going forward. So, like, is there anything that you're thinking about moving? Like, anybody that you're keen on bringing in? Because really, like, the only transfer you probably need to make is Rodgers to somebody, which I mean, again, could be like a lot of the people that we've discussed. You got 0.4 in the bank. I mean, it could be an Nkunku, could be double Bournemouth. You could go down to Nwaneri. I don't particularly love that, but I'm just offering options. So let's go to the chat and just answer some of these questions. Sean, so is it worth it to transfer Rodgers out for Nwaneri for a hit? No, not for a hit. At Derek, good shout on Welbeck. Yeah, interesting going Welbeck. Like I said, I don't love the striker options just because 1 less point for a goal, no clean sheet point. So when you're accumulating those points as captain and they all count as 2, I tend to avoid the strikers. But yeah, obviously Brighton, good game against Southampton, but they've been a bit hit and miss lately, Brighton. I know their last couple of games against Chelsea, both times they've been good, but before that, they obviously got that spanking from Forest, so it'll be amazing. Lee Fisher, is slot to Glasner worth it? I think for free, it's worth the gamble. Honestly, I don't think it's gonna come through, but I think the upside's so high that it's just worth taking that chance. And Neil's saying, Neil's is always great advice on this channel, by the way, Derek. So yeah, you can back him. Just don't listen to him about his own team. Hall is only 4.8, so I can't get J Timber. Is that because you brought in Hall a bit earlier, gamer? Because he's 5 mil, but yeah, you probably brought him in when he was 4.6 or something. Good transfer. Yeah, then I think we stick to what the other option was. Harsh but true. Sorry, Niels. You know I love you. That's alright, we've been improving over the last few weeks, haven't we? We talk through your team always in detail to make sure we make the right benching decisions. Yeah, I think we go to what we had before game. I think that was 8 Nurian for Burn. Chris and Nkunku next week for Rodgers. Glasner this week most likely. Yeah, I think that's what I'd be looking at, mate. I think you're in a really nice spot here, Chris. My one thing that I think about is like Wissa to Marmoush. But like obviously I think Wissa's perfectly fine leading in your team. There's just more of like an attacking move that I'm thinking when like this is also maybe because you have such a nice team. This could be a little bit further down the line, even like 29, 30, 31. You're only 17 behind me, but I still like my chances to get you. Mate, I like your chances to get me as well. But luckily I caught you up because you were smoking me at the beginning of the season. Yeah, I think you're looking really nice, Chris. Like don't do anything crazy. Slot to Glasner is great, and Nkunku for Rodgers next week is nice. And then yeah, just keep trying to make sensible decisions. Just stay tuned to my channel. I'll give you some good advice. But you're doing great. 180k. Not used any chips. Like you're in a really good spot. Really good spot. Keep it up. Risk Salah can easily score a hat-trick against City. Like they are poor currently. Yeah, our City's defense is shambles at the moment. I've got like you just had to watch them against Real Madrid. just long ball over the top, Salah, VVD, crossfield to Salah, exposed. Especially Gvardiol at left. I'm surely they don't start Gvardiol at left back. He is a lost puppy at left back. A lost puppy defensively. I don't understand because I remember in the World Cup, I mean he's playing centre back in the World Cup, but he is such a unit defensively. But left back, yeah, he's lovely going forwards, but he is a liability at the back. Liability. I think City offensively have got it worked out. They're clicking on all cylinders, but defensively they're a bit of a shambles. I thought the new centre mid, Nico Gonzalez, is it? No? Definitely helped their team a little bit. Doubting Welbeck now. Don't make me doubt yourself. You gotta believe in, like, if there's certain things that you're like you have a strong view on, like I always support that you go for those, especially when it's not that clear cut. I think this week, like, it's not that clear cut. I personally think Salah's probably the best captaincy option again, even against City. But I was pretty close to Dango. I don't hate Mbumo. I just don't love the striker. I honestly just don't love the striker just because of 4 points for a goal and no points for clean sheet. And Neil's 16 points behind him. And why are you guys all supporting people to catch me? Come on, man. Why are you not supporting me? Support me for the top 20k. What am I now? 99k? I'm on my way, guys. I'm on my way back up. I was 30k a few weeks ago. It's just been rough. Like, these TC assistant manager has just been a bit annoying what happened, to be honest, because I had a really good plan and it all got ruined with that stupid double game week 25. I'm benching Palmer and Trent this week. Matt, you're in for a world of hurt, mate. I'm joking. Yeah, I mean, I can see why you are benching them. I'd probably not bench Palmer if I were you. I just feel like just came very better. Get out of here, guys. Get out of here. By the way, guys, just a quick reminder, please like the channel, like the post, like the video, I'll get there. Subscribe to the channel. We just now got super chats available in the channel. I'm not expecting any of you guys to like give money, etc. But it's been great. We've managed to get to this stage in YouTube to be able to monetize the channel and allow them to then include super chats and giving thanks to the channel in videos, which is pretty cool. I'm looking to put out some like e-commerce website soon where I'm going to do some merch and stuff. So if there's any like merch that you'd be interested in, I'm doing some designs at the moment for like team merch and stuff. For any of your favourite teams and stuff like that. I might do some of the English Aussie like badges as well, maybe some hoodies and t-shirts and stuff, and FPL t-shirts and stuff. So maybe some keychains, that sort of stuff as well. So hopefully in the next couple of months I can get out before the end of the season. Yeah, but again, thank you to all of you guys that have helped contribute to getting this channel there so far. And then the one that hasn't, please like, subscribe to the channel for the future. Coutinho10. Alright, mate, you're definitely getting a reply ASAP because that is a fantastic name and I still miss that guy. Coutinho10. Can I go to your channel and see who you are? Cause great name. Great name. Chris, did I take you off screen, mate? Did I not have you on screen when I was looking at your team, Chris? Sorry. Apologies if I had my own team on there. Who could be the alternative for Hall to Timber? Hall at 4.8? Maybe Milenkovic from 29. Forest games get good again from there. Kirkes at Bournemouth, Dean Hodgson at Bournemouth. Probably one of those guys, say, for Hull. And I think if you're moving him in 29 in the blank, then it could be definitely Milenkovic or a Nottingham Forest defender, because Nottingham Forest defence is quite nice at that point. Sure, I was looking at this Coutinho 10. Sorry, man. I actually stopped thinking about your question because I was interested in your YouTube channel. Play Kirkes or Mykolenko? Kirkes for me. More attacking threat. There's still a chance of a clean sheet. Mykolenko, the clean sheet chances are probably slightly higher than no attacking threat. Clean sheets are so hard to pick this season. I prefer to go for the player with a bit of attacking threat when it's a close call. Generally worked so far this season. In game week 1, my friend was number 4 in Tottenham League. He got 124 points. Yeah, I used to. I don't know if I did it this season. Let me check. I don't think I did. I think I was a normal human being and picked the country that I reside in. Yeah, I used to put like my country as like, I don't know, something ridiculous like Lebanon or something. Sorry for any Lebanon fans out there. I'm always trying to get number 1 in the world. And yeah, my mate was from Estonia. I used to put Estonia a few times, so I knew their population was quite small. But they somehow seem to be good at FPL. Coutinho, no worries, mate. Legend. Liverpool legend. I think this year I've got Ipswich as my team fan base because I thought they would have the weakest, like the easiest one to win, not weakest. Sorry, Ipswich fans. You have same midfield and attack, except if you have Foden instead of Rodgers. Well, that means you have better midfield. Foden instead of Rodgers. It's definitely better. I'd rather have that. Yeah, I'm gonna have tons of money in the bank. Like at the moment, I've got. I'm like not interested in spending my full money on my team. I've got 2.3 million in the bank at the moment, and when Slot leaves my team, I'm gonna have 3.8 million in the bank. But that's fine because like I'm looking to upgrade my team in the future, especially when it comes around to like, you know, game week 30, I'll probably be wildcarding and that sort of stuff. Like I want to have that option to be able to upgrade players to if I want somebody. I'm pretty comfortable with where my team is. What's my highest game week point so far this season? 112. 112. Probably my best game week was game week 19. I was 51k. Put me into 44k overall in the world. I got 104 points in a single game week. Yaz! Hey man! Good to see you back in the chat. How are you? Hope everything's good. How's your team going? What do we want to do? Gamer, depends where you're looking to take out your defender. If this week Bournemouth over Kirkes, where you're doing it later. Gvardiol or Aina, yeah, that's great. I don't think you quite have the money to get up to Gvardiol from Hull, but how much is he? Gvardiol 5.9. Yeah, he's a bit too expensive for Gamer. Aina also probably a little bit too expensive. I think he's probably got that 0.3 million from Hull. He's got up to that 5.1 mil. Whose YouTube channel did I check? I checked Coutinho 10. So if you and me, you'd probably bench Foden over Palmer. Yeah, I'd bench Foden over Palmer. Just because the reason being, I like Foden's central positions, but not when Savinho plays on the right wing. Thought you saw that in the last game for City. He took away a lot of his space because he cuts inside on his left foot. Foden was drifting a little bit further off. I actually thought that was one of the reasons that Foden didn't return last week. It was what I've been saying, like in a lot of the tactical videos that I do midweek. So I was talking about how City looked so much better with Savinho on the left and Foden and De Bruyne are interchanging on the right because Foden had more spaces to get in those half spaces, get into the 18-yard box, pick up those areas inside the box. But last week when like Savinho came in on the right, Foden had to drift a little bit further to the left, and that was causing some problems for him at an offensive standpoint. So yeah, that's why I would do it, just because I also think if Haaland and Mamouche starts again, then you'll have the same issue. But it could be that Haaland's out and yeah, it could be that Haaland's out and then you don't have that problem. Because Mamouche will start up front, Savinho maybe on the left. Sorry, just checking my. So 421, it looks like it's probably. Sorry, a few more questions. Yasmin, do you think it's worth selling Trent to get Gabriel? I also have Gakpo, but selling him will give you benching dilemmas. Thinking of delaying. Do you know what's your team ID, Yas? Can I put it in? That's a hard call for me, without seeing the rest of your team. Camilo, which 3 to play? Question back for you. Why do you have an exclamation mark over Trent but question marks over everybody else? Or is it which 3 to play, exclamation mark, and then question marks for everyone? Oh yeah, okay. But really the question mark should be after the which 3 to play, you know? Rather than the exclamation mark. Don't know. Sorry, I'm just being an idiot. Just being an idiot. I don't know. Just it's 4:30 in the morning. Like you gotta bear with me. My brain is finding any amusement in life. Which 3 would I play? Gabriel for sure. Good defense. Gabriel. Man, that's really hard. I sort of like all of them are nice. Like nice but not nice. I think you'd have to go offensive here. You'd have to go for who do you think's going to get the attacking returns. TAA Munoz. Just because everything's so close to pick, it's too hard to pick with that who you think's going to clean sheet. So you go for the people that you think are most likely to get attacking returns. That would be TAA Gabriel Munoz for me. Despite I think maybe potentially Hodgson having a better chance of a clean sheet. Alright, Yaz, you're up. Thanks for your analytics on Foden and City. It's a tough choice, so I'll wait to see if there's some Haaland news. How close are we until game week deadline? We're 1 hour away to deadline, which means that after Yaz's team, I might make my transfer. Zondarix, bench 1 out of Wood, Cunha, Dango, Cliver. This is where you really hurt me, Zondarix, because please, if you can avoid doing that. Probably this week I'd probably bench. I can't bench Chris Wood. I just can't bench him. Can't bench him. You can't. You bench Chris Wood, you leave 17 points on your bench. The trauma is still there. It's not Darek. This is the only time I'm ever going to advise you this. Just go and ask any other streamer. They'll probably give you a better answer. Because Chris Wood has traumatised me. Look, mate, I'd probably bench Cunha. Honestly, like my opinion, I'd probably bench Cunha against Bournemouth. But if I'm honest, I'd like to see a team because I'm sure I can find a way of benching someone else. Having to bench one of those is crazy. I just clicked on his thing, Gamer. Just clicked on his little icon and web view channel. What's my transfer this week? It's manager transfer. How do you send me my team? Is on Direct. My manager transfers. I'm just going to do slot to Glasner. It's on Direct. How do I send you my team? You do your team ID. If you click on points, if you're on computer and you go to Fantasy Premier League on the website and you click on points, at the top of the screen it will have your team ID in the website ID section. Nix, hey mate, how are you going? Good to see you again. I hope all is well. Other than Salah, who else would you captain? Maybe Dango, maybe Mbumo, like Atara or Mbumo, probably the other options I'd look at. Definitely people I've considered. At game, I'd bring in Kirkez unless you need the money for other moves this game week. Yeah, Kirkez, Hodgson, both good, I think. Gamer. Or Aignery for Burn. Yaz. Let's talk you. Start Virgil or Hall. Verge. Big Verge. Bronchiolis. 1-2-1. Big Verge. I think Forest can score against Newcastle. Yeah. What are you thinking with your team, mate? Have you got any thoughts? And Zondarek, I'll put your team up afterwards. But yeah, I mean, Do you think it's worth selling Trent to get Gabriel? You got Gakpo, but he'd be a bench dilemma. Alright, so let me think about what your team would be this week firstly. Probably Trent, Kirkez, Robinson, maybe. Kirkez v Munoz is probably close call. Dango, Boomer, Salah, Palmer, Wood, Isaac. Yeah, man, just bench Rodgers. Nah, move Gakpo to Marmoush or Cunha. Marmoush or Cunha. I actually like Marmoush personally. And bench Rodgers. Play 3-4-3. Yes. Planning on free hitting on 34. Wildcard 30. AM 31 33. Yeah, man. So you got Munoz, Trent, Rodgers, Salah, Isaac, Gakpo. You got to get those guys out of your team over the next 4 weeks. You got to take out 3 of those 6. So yeah, I mean, moving Gakpo out is good for you this week. Then you got to look at moving Rodgers probably next week, maybe for like, who are we talking around that price? Kunku is what we were talking about earlier. He's going to be playing up front for Chelsea now, FYI. We'll get to you, Jacob. Sorry, actually no, I wouldn't -4 for a manager this week. And then Munoz, you're probably looking to move out as well. Who would I move Munoz to? Munoz maybe to a Forest defender, but a bit later down the line, you can move him in 29. I feel like Rodgers does horribly against easy teams and shows up against teams like Chelsea. Mate, you can't, like, Rodgers just shows up in the cup. He just doesn't like the league, does he? Yeah, I definitely would try to prioritise a forward transfer over a defender transfer. There's just more points in the forward line. You can never pick clean sheets. Like, even this week, I'm not that comfortable that Arsenal keep clean sheet against West Ham. I'm not comfortable that Gabriel outscores Trent. I would be more than happy to keep Trent and play. More than happy. I'd definitely prioritise Gakpo over Trent to Gabriel. There's just more upside to the attacking transfers. Defender transfers is when you're like pretty comfortable with your attackers and you need to like fix it, or like you just have all shit weeks for defenders, or you got all of them playing each other and it's difficult. Those is what I'd do. Cool. Hopefully that's helpful, Yaz. If you got more questions, hit me up. I'm here all night. Zondarix, I'll put you up. Edvin, hey mate, good to see you. I'll put your team up after Zondarix. Welcome back to the channel. Matt Allen, I'm going to go call Erling and see how he's feeling. Best of luck this game week, mate, plus chat. Thanks, Matt. Have a good game week. Let us know what Erling says. I know you've got the inside scoop on everyone, mate. Yeah, as chip wise, I think that's good. That's what I would do if I were you as well. What's the usual Arsenal defence starting lineup? Well, the problem at the moment, and although I said Timber earlier, this made me think about it. Ben White's back fit now, so it would normally be Timber right back, Gabriel and Saliba at centre back, and Lewis Skelly has been playing left back for them. But they now, like, Calafiori's coming back to fitness, Ben White's coming back to fitness, so there might be a little bit more rotation in those Arsenal fullback positions. So even more reason to maybe not go for Timber at this stage, even though Arsenal defence do look quite nice over the next few weeks. Jacob Fowler, I think I said don't take a -4 for the manager, but if for free, I would make the transfer to Glasner. No point going Emery to Arteta either. I'm not that confident in Arsenal against West Ham. TMM Cruz. Hey, I got Raya, Munoz, Robinson, Kirkez, Salah, Luis Diaz, Clive, Palmer, Wood, Gakpo, Isaac, and the Langer and Hall on the bench with 1 free transfer. What should I do? Yeah, would have just been easier to give me a team ID. This is the sneaky way of getting me to do your team without giving me the team ID and to bypass my one team at a time. I'm going to come back to that TMM Cruz. I need advice 3 to start: Hall, Miko, Greaves, Kanate, Aina. Hall, Miko, Kanate. Ooh, Kanate. Hulmika Kanate ain't a first on bench. Kanate may or may not play. Do you rate Cunha or Marmoush more though? Marmoush is a bit punty, but I think the upside's there. I think both are good picks, and you have to go with gut. Marmoush for me is someone that I think it could be nice to get on him early before other people. I'd like to have both. If I wildcard in 30, I might have both. Start 2 out of Trent, Hall and Kirkes. Trent and Kirkes. Gamer, should I go Kirkes? Yeah, if you can go Kirkes, mate. Is it for Burn? Can you go Kirkes for Burn? If you can, do it. Epic Games, hey again, need to bench one. Cunha, Wood, Rogers, Clivert and Boomo. Rogers. Jonesy! Jonesy! Let's go! Right, mate, I need to get through some team reviews. I know you're going to come in with like 3 teams, so let me crack on. Who's this? Zondarix, Mikhail. Yes, I knew you were coming with the team, Jonesy. Alright, Zondarix, let me do you, and then Edvin, and then TMM Cruz, and then we'll get to you, Jonesy. We're a little bit behind. Hey mate, good to see you though. I'm sure you appreciated my reaction to you joining the chat. Alright, Zondarix, you did Martinelli and Gakpo to Cunha and Mbumo. Oh, great. Your team looks good. So this week, Trent, Robinson, Van Heck, bench Luka Dean, bench Milenkovic, Clivert, Salah, Palmer, Dango, and who you bring in? Mbumo. Beautiful. Why do I feel like I'm missing a midfielder? Clivert, Salah, Palmer, Dango, and Mbumo. Oh yeah, and then Wood, Isaac, Cunha. Yeah. You're going to make me tell you to bench Wood, but don't bench Wood because he costs you 17 points. That's a really tough benching decision. Look, honestly, I'd probably bench one of the Bournemouth midfielders. I'd probably bench Clivert. Said no one ever. Or one of these strikers. Here's my options: Clivert, Wood, or Isaac. You got to pick. You got to pick who you bench there. It's on directs. I think that's real hard, man. Really nice forward line. Almost too nice. Almost so nice that you just shouldn't have transferred Martinelli to Mbumo. No, they're both good transfers, to be fair. Just so nice. Do I know Jonesy? I don't know Jonesy in real life. No, I just a great bloke. Great bloke on my streams. Been a long-term fan, just like you, gamer mate. Next time you come into the chat, I'll give you the same reaction. I haven't seen Jonesy for a couple of weeks. That's why I'm so excited. He hasn't been around. No, all good, mate. You're great value. You always comment on my videos as well. Always help the engagement, man. Like I said, guys, if you can comment on the videos in the week, even if it's just like nice video, mate, or like cheers, always helps. Always helps. Just monetized the channel lately now, so like all of this stuff, the super chats can now come in, the thanks and stuff on videos. So I thank all of you guys for that, because that's all of your guys' engagement, comments, views, the watch hours. Obviously, even just watching the video to the end of my videos helps me. So Jonesy, I understand, mate. It has been really, really hard for me these last couple of weeks. I've been sick. Like, you can still probably hear it in my voice a little bit. Like, I've really been struggling to get videos out, to do the research, and like my job's been busy as well. Like, super busy. And a lot of my parents here visiting from the UK at the moment. They can probably hear me chattering on at 4 AM in the morning in the other room. So yeah, it feels, man. I'm just trying to hang on for the next couple of weeks, and then hopefully I'll be back to my usual energetic self. Hopefully I'm still doing a good job for you guys today anyway. But yeah, I hope life gets a little bit less busy for you, Jonesy, and a little bit better. I don't know if Zondarex is still chilling here, but those are my thoughts on your team, mate. I'm going to put Edvin on now. 540, 4651. Get through these. Gotta get through this. I gotta get through this. Gotta make it. Gotta make it. I love you. Sorry, no one's here to listen to me sing. That's probably the worst thing ever. I'm a terrible singer. Edvin, right, let me look at what you're thinking, bro. Where's your chat? Where's your chat? I have 3 free transfers, 1.2 mil in the bank. Yeah, I see that. Did you have any thoughts? You have to move Mad, hoping to avoid free hit in 29, but it might be tough. Mad and Pedro out for Dango and Cunha. Alright, let's look. Let's look, mate. Let's look. So you've got Trent, Diaz, Henderson, Trent, Diaz, Salah, Rogers, Mateta, Isak. Yeah, you're struggling to get there. But you got 3 free transfers. You got 3 free transfers. Just remember that. And you got to move a Mad, which means really don't move Pedro. You're going to struggle. So you move a Mad. Like let's just work this through. We're in game week 26. You got 3 transfers, then 27, 28, 29. So you got 6 transfers. You got 7 players at the moment blanking in 29. You're going to get rid of a Mad. That's going to be one of your 6 transfers. So then 5 transfers to go, 7 players blanking. You got to use 4 of those 5 transfers to get down to 3. Your 3 are probably going to be Isak, Salah plus 1, which I don't know, maybe Mateta, maybe Trent, maybe Luis Diaz. Who do you want to keep, Edvin? If you're 3 players for 29 that you can bench, like 3 outfield players, I think like Salah and Isak make the most sense to me because they're going to have a lot of value cooped up in them. So if you get rid of them, it's going to cost way more to bring back. So I think you definitely bench those 2. Who's the 3rd one that you'd like to bench? And then let's work through your team from that. Brian, hey bro, great to see you. Hope you're good. Thanks for joining. Yeah, who's that 3rd one, Edvin? Tell me who that 3rd one is. That's really important. And we worked with the rest of the team. I think we're obviously getting rid of Henderson. He's probably got to go. I think not too sure. I think I have a lot of value in Mateta. All right, so let's say Mateta, Salah, easy. That's probably, if I was looking at your team, that's probably what I'd do as well. I think everyone else is easy to move out. Any thoughts on McKenna AM? Think you could go for it? I definitely think you can go for it. I think this week's just a punt. Whoever you feel more comfortable on punting for. Obviously, Ipswich beat Spurs. Ipswich in decent form. Decent. Currently on slot. Yeah, I don't mind it at all. I don't mind it. I'm going slot to Glasner. I'll just tell you that. But I don't mind McKenna. Underrated pick. Underrated pick. Spurs still in shambles despite their 1-0 win over United. So yeah, I think Edvin, Henderson out. You're probably looking at, I don't know, maybe a Pickford, maybe a Raya. Not many other great shouts for goalies. The Bruggen maybe at Brighton. Then you're probably going to move Trent in the future down to somebody, maybe a Gvardiol, I would say. I think that's actually nice, Gvardiol. Luis Diaz, you got tons of options. You can pick any midfielder. Consider Foden, consider Mbumo, consider Bournemouth midfield. Lots of options there. Rogers, like you're probably looking at, maybe you're looking at like a Dango or a Clivert for Rogers. A Mad, you're probably looking similar, like Dango, Clivert and Kunku. So I'd say this week you can go a Mad out, bring in Dango, would be my pick. Your 2 other transfers, I think you can probably keep Diaz for one more week. I'd consider moving Henderson, but he didn't have a bad week this week either. I honestly think that's all you need to do. I think you can just move him mad and roll the 3 transfers again, because your team at the moment is okay. Or maybe Rodgers to Dango. Who did we say? Ahmad to Dango. Rodgers is annoying. Diaz was benched last game. Well, are my frames dropping? Hopefully not. Just saw encoding overloaded. Yeah, but I'm not convinced that he's going to be benched, because I don't think Gakpo's fully fit yet. So I kind of think Diaz is going to start, and like Diaz being benched for the last game also probably means he's more likely to start this game, if that makes sense. And old mate Darwinio Nunes is a bloody nightmare. I think Diaz will start this week. I'll be surprised if he doesn't. Generally, that's like the Liverpool rotate their team a little bit like that. Just reminding myself of our lineup, because we started Curtis Jones on the left against Villa. I can't see that happening again. But if you're uncomfortable with that, then make that Diaz transfer. Then Diaz to Mbeumo seems like the straightforward option. I think that's fine to do. Like, if you're going to do it in the future, then Diaz to Mbeumo, Ahmad to Dango, and then you can probably save that on the transfer for later down the line. City and Newcastle next to and then next week you can move Trent. Like, I think he's fine for this week. Oh, but then he does have Southampton in 28. So yeah, I think move Diaz. You can hold your double Liverpool through like Newcastle and Southampton, because Southampton's such a nice game. So I think move Ahmad to Dango, move Diaz to Mbeumo, roll your other save transfer through to next week. You can play Trent, Gabriel, Hoyton / Robinson this week. Your midfield, Mbeumo, Palmer, Salah, Dango. Up front, Mateta and Isak, and then you choose between Rodgers and João Pedro. I'd probably just punt. Bit of a punt on JP. I know he's been benched the last couple of weeks in Brighton. I think, to be honest, he'll probably be benched again. 50-50. Obviously, Southampton's such a nice fixture. Bit of a punt. That's what I'd do, Edwin. And then let's talk about it again next week. Next week we probably look to move on Rodgers and maybe even JP if you think you can work it, and maybe Henderson as well, because you're gonna have to get rid of Henderson at some point. Alright, I missed a few comments. I'm gonna get through them and do TMM Cruz. Got Ray, Munoz, Robinson, Kirk, Salah, Lewis, Diaz, Clive, Palmer, Wood, Gap, Age up with a Lang, Horn, the bed, one true transfer. What should I do? Start. So hard when people show me like this. Start Munoz, Robinson, Kirkes. No. Yeah, Munoz, Robinson, Kirkes, Salah, Clive, Palmer, Elanga, Wood, Gakpo, Isak. Potentially move Luis Diaz to Mbeumo, same sort of thing, TMM Cruz. It's hard because I don't know the rest of your team either, so maybe give you a team ID. I can be better with that. Cheers and captain Isak. Captain, I'd definitely captain Salah, mate, but each their own. I don't think that's the best fixture for Isak captain against Forest, but depends what formation they play, mate. If they go 3-5-2, there's going to be more space for Gordon and Isak. If they play 4-5-1, I think their defensive backline is way more solid. I think they're more likely to make it more difficult for Newcastle. All right. Match day minutes start 2 out of Trent, Hall and Kirkes. I think I said Trent Kirkes. Epic Games bench 1, Cunha, Wood, Rogers, Clivers and Bumo. Rogers has said that, I did that one. Then Jonesy appeared, the GOAT. Where's Finners this week actually? Alright Jonesy, you're up mate. I haven't missed anybody else. And let me just get through these comments. If I transfer Burn to Kirkes, it works out perfectly, so then I have Kirkes. Yeah, yeah, okay, cool. And then play Robinson, Kirkes and Hall. Gamer? You think Kirkes won't get a clean sheet this week? Yeah, it's just for attacking returns. They're the most attacking, more attacking than Aina. I mean, if Forest play 3-5-2, then Aina plays a little bit higher, but I think Forest are better in the 4-5-1. They probably look to be a bit more defensively solid against Newcastle. They tend to play at 3-5-2 against slightly weaker teams, I think, the last couple of weeks. Brian, any thoughts on McKenna AM? Yeah, like I said, I think can go for it. Much planned for my weekend. Yeah, I'm playing cricket both days. It's actually a pain. I don't really want to play both days. Hopefully no one that I'm playing with tomorrow sees. I'm pretty keen on Sunday, but I'm playing at Coogee Oval in Sydney, which is like, man, such a nice ground. It's like right next to the beach. You can go for a swim. Just beautiful, beautiful place to play cricket. Yeah, to be honest, tomorrow I'm just hoping it rains. Just much rather sit in and watch all the footy. My folks are around as well. I'm dragging them around, like making them watch me play cricket. City and Newcastle next 2 days. Cannon fodder. Bench 1 of Trent, Hall, Mikalenko. Hall. Thinking of captaining Joshua Lejo. Thinking of captaining Clivert. Thoughts? Prefer Dango, but it's a possibility. It's a possibility this week. How long have we got to the deadline? 40 minutes. Alright, I've got to make sure I make my transfer. Or a cheeky Dango captain. Yeah, mate, I genuinely considered Dango captain. I almost posted on Twitter this week. I almost posted like 100 retweets and I'll captain Dango. And I genuinely would have done. I don't think it's the worst option. Don't think it's the worst option. Cunha for -4 or start JP? Start JP. Eric France. Alright, Jonesy. Let's do you, mate. What are your transfers again? Man, I'm feeling tired. Sort Mateo for Gakpo. Ooh, wait, sort Mateo in for Gakpo. Yeah, cool. Okay, so just one free transfer and you swapped Mateo in for Gakpo for it. Okay, so it's just benching really, because you're not going to take a -4. At least, I don't think you should. So you're sticking with Iraola against Wolves, yeah, okay, fine. It's nice. Pickford, Gabriel, Robinson, Hall, bench Kanate, Consa, Salah, Clivert, Palmer, Wood, Isak, Mateta, and then between Semenyo and Rogers for me. Thoughts on the team? I don't like Semenyo. I think I've been saying it a bit too much. I just think his finishing's crap. But I think like he's a good player. Like just doesn't suit my style for FPL. Yeah, I just think his finishing's not very good. He feels like a Adama Traore to me, almost a little bit better Adama Traore, but yeah, don't like his finishing. Outside of that, I think the team's looking alright. Rodgers is probably someone you're thinking, yeah, Isak's a real consideration for me, mate. I'm really considering. And just see how they go over the next sort of 3 game weeks. There's a chance I move him. If you go early and get it right on moving Isak, that's a big swing because everyone's got him. So the sort of moves now are like the brave moves. You got to move off someone like a Palmer or Isak that everybody has, and you find somebody good. That's where you're going to gain rank at this stage. If you're chasing rank, those are the big calls. Bad thing about playing Kirk is though Cunha playing 2, and I want Cunha to score, but then Kirk is on the clean sheet. Just play Aina then, mate. But don't you have Isak anyway? So same thing with Aina and Isak, no. It's more like Kirkus for attacking returns, like I said. Like you hope he gets an assist or a goal. That's what you're supporting more than the clean sheet. Go more. Edwin, last question: JP/Rodgers or Robinson first on the bench? Would be JP/Rodgers. How did Robinson end up on your bench? I would play Robinson, but it would still be the attacker first on the bench, always. Athava Deshpande. Hey bro. Hall/Munoz benching headache. Munoz is more attacking, probably more likely to get attacking returns, so just play Munoz bench Hall. Play Robinson ahead of Hodgson. Yeah, I would. He's much more attacking. Fulham can still keep a clean sheet against Palace. No problem, mate. Please like the vid, subscribe to the channel if I help. Please help this channel grow. I'm really trying to grow it. I'm hoping to get to 1.5k by the end of the year. Yes, Derek, mods thing. I need to look into it, mate, to be honest. I'm going to be a bit busy this weekend, but like, let's definitely chat about it. Yeah, keen for some help. Appreciate it. Thanks, Edwin, mate. Have a great week. Good luck this week. Captain Arsenal man, Waneri. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I don't even think like he's that amazing a pick. I think everyone's hyping him up. Wait, it's just he's 4.5 million. He's a good value pick, right? Like he's a nice value. It's like Rodgers. He's a nice value pick. You're never gonna captain him. Cricket or soccer? As in, what do I prefer? I mean, like I just tore my hamstring playing football, not soccer. Maybe like 4 months ago. So I think I'm done with football. It's killed me. But cricket, I'm trying to play for I actually like currently in the squad for the Cyprus national team. So I'm flying to Europe a few times this year to play for them. Touch wood, everything goes okay and I stay fit. I'm flying out to probably play my first game for them in March, which would be cool. It's just a local game, and then first international will be against Croatia in the T20s in August. Hopefully, touch wood, if I get in the side. And then yeah, next year 2026 World Cup qualifiers in Europe. Be awesome. Don't yet, mate, but hopefully this will be my first year playing for them. So hopefully in August I will be saying yes, I am an international cricketer, which will be kind of sick. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Sorry, Jonesy. Next team, mate. I'm getting there. 6953412. For Australia, no, I'm not good enough for Australia, mate. My mum's Cypriot, so I'm hopefully playing for the Cyprus national team. They're a European country. It's like an island near Greece. Not good enough for the Australian team, mate. Couldn't get in them or the English team. England, the dodgy politics. Australia, I just wasn't good enough. English team, I probably could have got in. They suck. I played against quite a lot of the English team, and netted with a few of them as well. Zach Crawley, I got him out a while back. I liked Iron Appa back in the day. Party Island, mate. That was like end of high school. So everyone used to be up in Iron Appa party. But don't you live in Australia? Yeah, I do live in Australia, which is why I'm having to. It's tough at the moment for me because I've got to fly back to Europe a few times a year to play national team stuff. So next year I might be back in. I shouldn't be saying these things on live stream. Talk to me, DM me. I'll talk to you about it if you want to know. No more. Got to have some decisions with work out here about what I'm going to do if I'm going to need to be training and playing with them full time. But at the moment, like they've sort of got an agreement with me this year that I'm just travelling back when I can, and I'm sort of trying to schedule in with work. I've got maybe 50 days off, so September through November we're touring around Europe, and I'm off work for a month and a half, touring with the national team. Hopefully, touch wood, that everything goes okay. That is the plan. But yeah, long way from Australia, long way. Yeah, technically I'm the English Aussie Cypriot. I'm 3 nationalities at the moment. My dad's Sri Lankan, so English Aussie Cypriot Sri Lankan. Crazy mix. Born in England, live in Australia, play for Cyprus. Sorry, Janji, just ignore me, mate. I just chat on about myself. Sorry. Let me get to your team. Who would I swap Gakpo for? I'm a citizen of all those countries, so I've got a Cypriot passport, an Australian passport, and a UK passport, so I can play for any of the teams. It's kind of crazy. They all support multi-citizenship, which not all countries do. I think if you're Indian or stuff like that, you can only have 1 passport, but I'm very fortunate in that matter that I can have 3. Puka Duka, start one of Rogers, Hall or Anderson. Start Rogers. Start the attacking player. Alright, sorry Jonesy. Who would you swap Gakpo for in this team? You always like a nice, interesting one. I've been talking about Marmoush recently. I think he's a really exciting pick for Man City. And probably you got the money. 7.6. Oh, you went Mateta? Oh man, I wanted you to do something exciting. In this team as well, you went Mateta, you already make it. Hayden Estate's finally able to make a deadline stream because it's not at 3 AM. Mate, it's 3 AM for me, KM. But hey bro, good to see ya. Don't trust my wish, fair enough, Jonesy. Yeah, it's 5 AM here, KM. Do you know what, guys? Please, just give me a second. I should really do my own team as well. Jonesy, I tell you what, I finished doing this team for you, and then I just need to make my transfer slot to Glasgow. Yes, with this team also. You went Mateta again. Come on, man. You always like to do some interesting stuff. You should have let me support a rogue Marmoush. Or a Cunha I like as well. But look, Mateta's obviously good. But I'm assuming with this team you're going to free hit in 29. Because you're going to struggle otherwise. Because you got Mateta, Isak, Salah, Konate. Oh, it's not too bad. 4. You can get through game week 29. But then you got Keane who's not playing. So yeah, you kind of got a couple of transfers. You need to probably transfer Keane and Konate before 29 if you want to try and make it through there. Which you could do actually. To be honest, you could do. Who's my pick for captain this week? I've got my captaincy on Salah. Alright, let me do my team then. Alright, here I am. Who's my pick for captaincy this week? It is my... I think I've made the call on slot to Glasgow. Nish, bro, how's it going? Made it a little bit earlier this week, hey? Sorry for leaving you last week right at the end. I was dying, man. I was so tired. To be honest, I'm really tired again this week, but I'm sticking out there for you guys. Come on, Glasner, do me a solid. How does Jonesy have more than one team? We don't talk about that, gamer. We don't talk about that. Jonesy's is illegal. Sets up his illegal teams. Multi-email man. Alright, confirming this transfer, guys. Doing it. We're doing Glasner. What about McKenna? Just last minute rogueness. What about McKenna? I'm not going to do that to you guys, I swear. Why not? No way, McKenna. Yeah, no. I don't know, man. This week is just, it's too late now. I've got to make this decision. I made the mind up before I wake up at 3 AM in the morning. I can't make that big a call to not go for Glasner now. Confirmed, transfer made. Alright, and then my team is Salah cap, Wissa vice cap. Hall on the bench. Miko starting. It's a bit rough. Hall first on the bench over Rodgers is a bit wild from me. Probably would do it this way around. I wish there was fights. Yeah, I mean, Salah's going to play, right? If he doesn't play, I'm going to cry. You want him boom over Vishra's Vice? I mean, my Vice is just like, well. Alright, Jonesy, you're probably right. Let's just do Mbumo Vice. I do prefer Mbumo. Just the off chance that Salah for some reason falls over a ball. KM Jafari, sorry mate. Benching headache this week, Wood, Isak or Palmer? Mate, you're asking the wrong guy. I benched Wood 2 weeks ago and he scored a hat-trick. So, I mean, I'd probably, over those players, I'd probably bench Wood, same as you, but man, it's just a bit crazy. I'd definitely play Palmer if that helps. It would be between Isak and Wood for me. Nish, tanked big time last 2 game weeks. No, mate, that's not what I want to hear. What's your team ID, Nish? Do you want to pull you up on the screen and we can talk through? Damn, man. Sorry to hear that. I wish Ryan scored for 4 weeks. Wish he scored twice last week, mate. He just got both of them ruled out. One for offside and one for a foul. He still looks good, mate. He's just, I've been benching him to be fair, but he just looks good. He's into such good positions. He's been such a points dodger the last few weeks, to be honest. Very annoying. Yeah, team 3, I've been waiting for it, Jonesy. I'm waiting for you to give me team 3. Come on, put it up. Nish, give me your team ID as well, mate. What's your ID? I'm doing Nish's first, by the way, Jonesy, before you... Oh, you've already put your team through, haven't you? Yeah, let me just do Nish first. We can't have you taking all the glory here, Jonesy. You went for Hertzler? Yeah, nice. I think that's probably the best move. This week. 7, 9, 6, 9, 8. I'm putting your team in there anyway, Jonesy, while Nish is finding his team ID. Nish, I can't see your ID, mate. By the way, don't copy and paste it into the chat, type it in, because sometimes it doesn't come in. But I can't see your... Are you in my league? I think you're in my league, aren't you? So I just... Jonesy, your team's not all in my league, mate. What's going on? If you don't know your team ID, Nish, I'll put my team up and I think I'll find you. Oh, that's not my team ID. this league, aren't you, Nish? If you're not, shame on you. Oh yeah, you are. Pan, is that you, Nish? Pan Balakundri. Yeah, that's you. But you're not going to show up on this screen, are you? Because I changed how I set up the screen. Oh, that's alright. I'll just take the chat down for a sec. Oh no. Ah, Nick, you saved me with that code. I was struggling to put your team up. 8475745. Yeah, for some reason, if you copy and paste the ID, sometimes it doesn't show up. Do you think they should do an A-League FPL? That'd be good. That'd be good, but A-League kind of sucks, to be honest, bro. A-League kind of sucks. Jones, are you Aussie, by the way? Are you Aussie or UK? Oh, yeah, I actually don't know. Must be UK, mate. Must be UK. Trying, he was pressing, which is kind of unusual. Yeah, I'll get to you guys in a sec. Nick, bringing in Dango, Pickford, and Raul this week. You have 4 free transfers. That's mad. Wait, total points 507. Oh, you started late, didn't you? How are you doing in my, like... Is this a second chance league? Oh, yeah. The problem is, Nish, like the thing for you is it's harder for you because you have low team value because you started later in the season. So it's like, if you're doing like not so great at the moment, like don't feel disheartened because Neil's, much love mate, legend, all the best, hope everything goes well with the kids. Come on Arsenal and Glasner. Yeah, I can support that. I was supporting Liverpool as well though against City. Have a good one, mate. Oh, Kentaro, guy, what's up, mate? Good to see ya. No, I'm in England, just watch the league occasionally on Saturday morning if I want to bet. Yeah, there's actually a betting company reached out to me to try and like sponsor, but I wasn't feeling sponsoring betting. I'm all for it, but don't want to push people into it. All right, Nish, sorry, bro. Yeah, don't feel disheartened, like I was saying, because you've got a low team value. It's hard for you to have as good a team as other people. If you'd have started at the beginning of the year, I'm sure you'd be doing way better right now. So, yeah, just got to try and do the best you can with the team. You've been a bit unlucky as well, I can see here on some of the picks. So, your moves are... Also, hey Kataro, if you didn't hear me, good to see you, mate. Moves are Dango, Pickford and Raul. Who did you bring them in for? So you probably... Raul for Dango for Ahmad, Pickford for Sells or Fabianski, and Raul for João Pedro. So yeah, Kentaro, I'll get to you, mate. Ahmad, Sells and João Pedro. Yeah, cool. So yeah, you used your free hit as well. Crap, you have so many players not playing in 29. Hull, Munoz, Verge, Sarr, Salah, Isak. And who do you bring in? Captain Salah, come on, that's an easy one. 6 players, Nish, you got to move. Because you don't have your free hit, so 29 you got to work through. So you got to start moving some of these players. So I'd be saying like Ismail Assar's probably someone that needs to go. He could go to, and you got to move Harvard Bellis as well. 7. You got. Your team needs some life breathed into it, mate. So I think like all of these guys are going to blank in 29. You want to get some players in. So over the next 4 weeks, so 26 26, 27, 28, 29. You got 4 transfers. They've got to be Sarr, Munoz, Hall, Harwood, Bellis. You might just use a wild card by 29. Yeah, I mean that's probably fair. It's tough. The only problem with wildcard 29 is you don't know what teams are going to be doubling. You'll know what teams are going to be doubling in 30. So maybe just go into 29 with 10 players and then wildcard in 30. Because then you can make the most of that wildcard way better because you'll know the teams that qualified for the FA Cup semi-final and that will blank in 34 and that will double elsewhere. I mean, you've still got the same problem of you've already used your free hit, so 34 is going to be a struggle for you as well. But at least you'll know who's blanking, so you can choose to either go big on doubles or to avoid the teams that are blanking in 34. Assistant managership, I'd probably use it 31 to 33 if I were you. Because you'll probably likely get another 2 doubles, like 32 maybe Newcastle or Palace gamble, and then 33 there'll probably be a couple of doubles as well. So if you can switch your managers through there, you can get 5 game weeks the same way that people did in 24 to 26. So I think 31 to 33 would be nice to use the AM. And then maybe you could use triple captain in 36. Or you use your triple captain like 32 on Isaac and you use your assistant manager 36 to 38 and hope to get some table bonus with some teams that don't have anything to play for in the last 3 games of the season. But yeah, my advice would still be move Sarr, would still probably be move Harwood Bellis, your next 2 transfers. Sarr, Harwood Bellis, and then after that you can decide, but I would probably say Hall, Munoz. And maybe if you move them in 29, you can roll them until 29 and then move them from Nottingham Forest defenders from 29. They have some nice fixtures. They got Ipswich in 29. And also Wolves maybe in 29. You can go to, maybe for Hall and Munoz, you can go Aït-Nouri and Milenkovic in 29. And then the next 2 weeks, or even this week, you can go Sarr to you already went Dango, Sarr to maybe Nkunku, Chelsea, playing up front for them. Harwood Bellis, I don't know how much you got in the bank, maybe a Mikolenko or someone. Cheap price, or Nico Williams, Mikolenko. Those are my thoughts, Nish. I'll keep cracking through everyone. Jonesy team 3. And then Kentaro. Jonesy team 3. Robertson, Trent, Gabriel, Salah, Rapana, and Bumo, Murphy. I would like a Murphy or a Rodgers move in this team, Jonesy. One of them to Dango. Andrea Dale and Dye or to Cunha, or Gakpo to Cunha / Wood. Both are nice. I'd probably do or Marmoush instead of Cunha potentially. I think either's fine. Just do you want to get rid of a Liverpool player and use that Liverpool elsewhere? I'd probably move Gakpo. If you don't have Wood, now's not the time to be bringing him in. It's probably 29. I mean, there's always a time to bring in Wood, but I'd bring Cunha or Marmoush in. So I'd probably go Gakpo, Cunha / Marmoush, Andrea. Yeah, Jonesy, that's what I'd look at, mate. Rodgers or Murphy to a Dango. And then this week, bench Mikolenko and Hall. Reluctantly on Mikolenko, I'd consider playing him. I'd probably bench. Oh, you got Pickford in goals. Yeah, so Isak, yeah, I'd bench Mikolenko, Hall, and then one of Murphy or Rogers. Yeah, unless you move them for a Dango, then just bench the other one that you don't move. You're starting Mikolenko. Yeah, I think that's fine. Mikolenko against United. United are shambles attacking, so over Robinson, no, I think that's totally fine. Robinson for me was just the attacking threat. I almost prefer him over Trent. I'd consider. Yeah, that's tough. I understand. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Wood or Isak? Wood. Dash Gammy NG. Always Wood. Stanley Appleton, sorry man, I missed your comment. Wildcard 31, Ahmad Dango, Ahmad to Nwaneri, slot Ahmad to Glasner, Cliver. Ahmad to Dango. Ahmad to Dango, mate. Kentaro, let's get you up, mate. How long have I got? 13 minutes. Alright, sorry, Kentaro. Taking my jolly old time and not realising there's only 13 minutes till deadline. Alright, I'm going to be quick now, guys. So, hopefully, quick fire questions for the next 10 minutes or so. Thanks, Jonesy. Have a great week, great weekend. Hope things slow down for you in life and go well for you in FPL. Slot to Arteta. I don't think that's worth it, Kentaro, bro. Honestly, don't think that's worth the transfer. You're 72k in the world though, so that does make a difference to my thoughts. You have 2 free transfers. Do you think that Arsenal were like that strong favourites against West Ham? Because I think attacking they have some issues at the moment. I don't think Moreno's a solve for them. I think West Ham, if they play 4-2-3-1, are going to get slaughtered by Arsenal. You're probably right. But if they play the 3-4-2-1 formation that Potter started with, I think they could cause Arsenal some problems. I think Arsenal might find it difficult. I don't think that's an easy option. What about, like, I think it always feel Brighton v Southampton's probably nicer. If you're looking to play it safe, and I'm not sure Arteta is the best option. -4 Vestergaard to Gabriel. No, not. If you have nobody else that can play Wilzo, then sure, because it's really then just a -2. But otherwise, no. Flexo, Marek is 1 mil, like Captain Salah or Witter or Mbeumo or Cliver. Probably still Salah. Don't need to chase rank. I think he's the best option. Otherwise, like if you're going for Rogue, I'd go Dango or Mbeumo. If not slot to at, I will keep transfer and just roll slot. Yeah, you don't fancy like a punt on the table bonus of like a Glasner or something. It could be a big swing, those 20 points. Could be. I don't think it's going to come off. I don't think Glasner will get a win. He might get a draw. Might get a draw. He'll come off. Guys, if I've been helpful, please remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel for next week. Really appreciate you guys. It's such a small thing for you guys, but it helps the channel so much. I need to chase ranks, have Glasner thinking of captaining and boom. I don't need to think. If you got Glasner, just stick with Salah, mate. Ahmad, stick with Salah. Stick with Salah. You're already chasing with Glasner. Don't chase twice. You'll be doubly annoyed. Kentaro, are you thinking maybe like an Enzo to Nkunku in this team? Thoughts? No money? Yeah. What's Enzo? Oh, he's 4.7 now, fuck. Nwaneri, Arsenal? Starting on area Mateo for sure. And I just feel like Enzo's a bit of a rough ride at the moment in that team. You got such a nice team. I need to wet next week for 1.5 mil. Yeah, fair enough. Can you do my team quickly and then switch to transfer suggestions tab, please? What transfer suggestions tab? Oh, I see. Yeah, alright, mate. What's those are your transfer suggestions, gamer. Take a screenshot, pause the vid. Didn't we talked this through, mate? We talked this through. Hodgson's up there. Kirkhead's is up there. I think Kirkhead's is good, mate. Kirkhead's or Hodgson for Burnham. No worries. Let me get back to Kintaro. Yeah, sorry, Kintaro. What are you still thinking? Are you still thinking about stuff, mate? Because yeah, I think the AM is a bit tough. Captaining Boom, I could see a big call versus Leicester. Fair enough, Jelly Bean. Fair enough. Don't have an issue with it. Don't have an issue with it at all. Who would I captain today? I've got my captaincy of Salah. Got my captaincy of Salah. I'll put my team up. Oh, that's actually a lie. It's not a slot. Let me fix that for you. How long's the deadline? 7 minutes, guys. 7 minutes till the deadline. Oh man, what am I doing? 7 minutes till I go to bed and sleep, and then have to wake up in like 4 hours and play cricket. Wonderful. Fulham away, right? Palace's game. Yeah. Start Hall or Robinson. On the PL app, is there a captain voting poll? No. What's the... I don't know, I don't think so. You want me to put a poll up quickly? Start a poll. Who's your captain? Captain Salah or no? I did a poll earlier. Everyone said there was 54 to 45 split, 33 votes. 54 was Captain Salah. 45 was don't. I think it was that way, was it? Transfer Hall this week, Nish. For who, mate? Don't mind moving him, but for who? I think Forest ain't too bad at fixture. Who do I captain today? Captain's on Salah. My vice is actually on Mbumo, guys. I know it says Whistle, but it's not. It's on Mbumo. I can change that. I've got to stop lying to you guys. There you go. Really want to bring in Pickford to move out Sells. Nish, you need to use your transfers on other things, mate. You need to use your transfers on other things. You can't be moved. Like, you're going to struggle for game 3, 29 and 34 if you're doing that. But you've got to focus on those players that are blanking in 29, moving those guys out. Just got to stick with Sells for now. I know he's got some tough games, but goalies, like, hard to pick clean sheets, man. Not worth making a transfer. No, I was wondering because normally they do a voting poll on who's your captain. I want to see most people captain. I still think most people would have captained Salah, but I mean honestly, I think the best option is just. Are you still going to put out the voting poll? I already put out a voting poll on who's captain. Alright, I'll put one. Put a poll. Who's your captain? It'll be Salah or other. How about that? For anyone still around. I'd say go slot to Arteta. Mate, go with your heart, Kantaro. Go with your heart, man. Honestly, always the best decision to go with your heart. You'll never feel bad about it after. I mean, you will, but you'll feel less bad if you go with your own decisions. It's just, it's just the transfer's worth a lot these days, I would say. But that's fine, man. I like it. I'm still supporting Glasner to knock us off. To knock us off. Alright guys, 2 minutes to go. Kentaro, lock that in. Lock that in, mate. Lock your decision in. Lock that decision in. And we got we're Enzo or Mikalenko? Mikalenko. Enzo. Mikalenko. Mikalenko. Let's stick with that. Don't sit on the fence. 2 minutes guys. Lock your teams in. 2 minutes to go. Again, please like the video if you've been, actually don't worry about liking the video or subscribing, just lock your teams in right now. Don't worry about that. Do it after the deadline. Make sure you sort your teams out. Oh my god, I'm so tired. Oh, thought I might get my first super chat today. Sad. That's alright. That's alright. Alright, just for your, so you can see the results of the poll. Well, Salah, 8 to 1. Locked in, all the best lads, all the best Nish. Good luck this week, guys. 1 minute. Get it done, get it done. 1 minute. Man, I'm going to have 3.8 million in the bank next week. That's it. We're locked. Do you have to get to work tomorrow? No, tomorrow is Saturday for me. I just work Monday to Friday. Saturday I'm playing cricket though. I go get up in like 5 hours. KM, man, I really appreciate that, bro. Thank you for the comment. No worries. I actually love doing the streams with you guys. It's really fun, like engaging with everybody on the streams, talking through teams and stuff. Like I think often like getting the full team and looking at it is a lot more easier to give good advice. I think it's really difficult to give good advice when people just go one of these or one of those. So yeah, I love working with you guys. It's been really good fun. I think the videos in the week sometimes are really tough for me, especially when like I'm super busy at work and stuff and like got family commitments and all this stuff, but look, I'm going to keep doing my best to get videos out for you guys. Please do your best to keep watching my videos. If you can watch to the end, if you can like them, if you can subscribe, all of those stuff really helps the channel, really helps the engagement, and YouTube push it out to more people. And whenever I see like more views or more likes or more comments, like that really like gives me the sort of energy to keep going and do more. So yeah, definitely appreciate all of you guys. thanks to a lot of those guys that have been done it for a long time, that have been in the chat for a long time, and all the new people as well. And yeah, Neil's legend, big legend on the channel. And yeah, Cam, great to hear that I've been helping you go on your journey of FPL, and like, don't worry if it hasn't been going well at the beginning, like it gets a little bit better. And to be honest, like my team's been doing way better since I've started content creating. I think I was like game week 9 or 10 I started doing content creating this year, because I just thought I could do better. I thought I'd have better knowledge of football than the content creators, like tactical football knowledge. So yeah, we'll see next season how well this can actually go, starting from game week 1. And yeah, hopefully I can grow the channel and be popular around, and maybe eventually become like Harry and Andy and just quit the job, do it full time. What a life that would be, watching football full time. What a life they have, man. My life's tough. Nah, my life's alright, I'm joking. Yeah, so anyway, thanks guys, appreciate you. I am gonna end the stream and get some sleep, because it is 5:30 in the morning and I've got to wake up about 4 hours and go to cricket. Wonderful. Yeah, good night guys, good luck this week, hope everything goes well for you guys. Thanks again for joining into the stream, and this has been your English Aussie, and I'll catch you next week. Have a great game week guys, have a good one.